Hey. Good. Good, sweetie. I'm good, Nimi. Mustaq, yes, thank you. Good, good. Is it raining there? At least here it's raining. Mhm. Excellent. Yeah, very nice morning. Okay, so here it's quite very pleasant and it's raining. All right. So, hey, Margo. So, should we go with the shootout round a bit on all the services that we have discussed? Random. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so where do you create servers in AWS? Acha. EC2. Where do you create servers? Sweetie, servers, EC2. What are the servers called in AWS? Instances. Okay, so you know load balancers, load ELB, which distribute the traffic across multiple instances across availability zones. Guys, can you tell me load balancer can send the traffic to different availability zones across multiple availability zones? Yes. What is auto scaling? Scale out and then scale in. Okay. What is scalability? Increasing capacity, scale up and scale down. Okay. Which is a service used to trigger based on the events? Lambda, fantastic. Right? And which is the service use virtual private servers? Which is the service use virtual private servers, which is readily available for you? Yes, Raghu, put it to everyone. You send private message. It's light sail. Remember? Virtual private servers, which is readily available to you with all the softwares. Right? Oh, really? Why did it got changed? Now, yes. Okay. 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 So, and next would be, which one is object-based storage? S3. Which one is block-based storage? EBS. Which one is file-based storage? EFS. Right? What are hard disks called in AWS? Volume. What are the two different types of volumes? Root volume and additional volume. Right? So what the root volume contains? Operating system. Can I attach multiple root volumes per EC2 instance? No. Can I attach multiple additional volumes? Can I share the volumes? Can I share the volumes? Why? Few yes, few no. Is it possible to share the volume? That meaning one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? No way. Right? If I want to share the data, then which concept I should use? EFS. EFS works on which protocol? NFS version 4. Okay. And then what is the root volume's device name? /dev/SDA1. You should put it /dev/SDA1. Okay. And then is it possible to increase the volume size on fly? Do I need to reboot or shut down the machine for that? No. Can I detach the root volume while ECT is running? No. Right? So can I detach the additional volume while ECT is running? Yes. Is it recommended? No. Is it possible to decrease the volume size? Wow. No. What answers, huh? Sairam, is it possible to decrease the volume size? No. Okay. Okay. So EFS is for Windows or Linux? Linux. For Windows? FSX. Okay. Okay. What are folders called in S3? Bucket. And what are files called? Objects. Files called objects. And which is a service where I can use for archiving purpose? Glacier. All right. Which is a service used to transfer huge data from on-premises to AWS? Snowball. Which is the service used for synchronizing the data from on-premises to AWS? Storage Gateway. Where do you create database servers? RDS. RDS supports what type of engines? What type of engines? I'm not asking how many. What type of engines? RDBMS. And you already told there are 6 engines. Anyone tell me what are the 6 engines? Mom P. Yeah. Mom PMA. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Hey, don't tell to interviewer that, what are the 6 engines? Mom PMA. Huh? You are a mom PMA. So he'll think that's something else. Okay. Where do you create, which is the service supports data warehouses? Redshift. Okay. NoSQL service? Dynamo. And which is a service for database caching? Database caching. Elastic cache. Website caching? CloudFront. Fantastic. Which is the DNS service in AWS? Route 53. If I want to connect from my company to AWS with a lease line connection, Amazon Direct Connect. Where do I create users in AWS? IAM. Oi, who's that? Sumit. And which is the service used for inspecting the entire AWS? Inspector. Which services will advise you? Trusted advisor. Okay. So which is the service used to send emails? SES. And which is the service used to send notifications? SNS. Which is the service used to set up queues? SQS. What is CloudWatch? Which is a service used to monitor the AWS resources? CloudWatch. Which is the service monitors the entire AWS environment? CloudTrail. Which is a service used checks the changes in the AWS services, AWS resources? Config. Super cool. Which is the support we need to choose in our course? Which type of support? Basic. And which is the service used to automatically migrate databases? Database migration tool. And for servers, it is SMS, server migration service. Super cool, yeah? Excellent. A big round of applause to you guys. Super. Too good. Guys, if you are able to answer like this in the interview, then it's very simple for you, yeah. Great. Great answers. Great one. Not even one single wrong. Good. So which is the service that we're gonna talk about today? IAM. Let me share my screen now. All right. So guys, we have already discussed in the last class that IAM is, what is the full form of IAM? Okay. Can we do customization in EBS? EBS meaning, you mean volumes, block storage? Prashant? What type of customization? You can grab the size and then you can create the volumes and then you can attach to the instances. What type of customization? Yeah, yes, definitely you can do it. You have full rights to do that, Prashant. Customization, yeah. Like by default, install node 12. Mhm. Whatever is there, or you can use your own. Okay, Prashant, this is advanced questions. The other guys will get confused, right? So, but for that, if you want to have this Node 14 and all, if the platform doesn't support to you, you need to have your own AMI install there and then use it. Otherwise, you have to use only what they provided. And Damba Raval, can we delete bucket from SC? Definitely, you can do that. These are all the things that we do basically. Prashant, we do that also in Beanstack. Okay, so let's concentrate here, guys. See, IAM, Identity and Access Management. We have learned that so we can control the entire AWS account using IAM by giving proper permissions to the user. We know that there are two types of users. What are those, guys? There are two types of users. What are those? Hmm? Root user and IAM user. So which has full permissions? Sorry. uh, and then which has limited permissions? IAM. Okay. Okay. So can you tell me? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. So I don't know. Okay, how do you identify the root user? How do you log in with to the root user? with email ID and password. And how do you log in with the IAM user? With username and password. Fantastic. So this is what we have discussed on IAM. Let us go deeper into IAM. IAM deep dive. Okay, so guys, we know that first of all, the happy thing for you is don't bother about the bill. IAM is completely free. वाह, क्या बात बोले सर, हाँ? IAM is completely free. So that meaning AWS will not charge even a single rupee for using IAM. So IAM is completely free, right? We can do a lot of things in this IAM, but remember IAM is very small service. Mostly it is used for using the security purpose. How do you manage the entire AWS environment? So guys, why we use IAM? IAM is used for security purpose. Can I say that? IAM is used for security purposes, right? By creating users and all, right? And then with IAM, you can control centrally the entire AWS resources. Yes? Do we know this? Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me, guys? Will you? Is it possible to share your accounts to others? You have your root account. Is it possible to share that root account to others? Mm. Remember, guys, so it is not at all recommended to share your email ID and password to others. But let's say here, who is the latest one here? Nimi. Nimi, you are there. Nimi, you have a company, you are the team manager, team lead, right? And you are handling their root account. So if all of us will be working with you, so will you share that root account email ID and password to everyone in order to work? No way. So what is the best method to do that? So the best method is to create IAM users. To create, no, we should not call it a user ID and all, right? We should be calling it as from now, we call it as IAM users. What is that? IAM user. Let us talk a little bit technically on AWS side, right? IAM users, guys. So you create IAM user, but definitely you are sharing the root account only by creating IAM user. Can I say that? Yeah. So if anyone asks you, is it possible to share your root account? Then you should say yes, but with IAM users. With IAM users, right? But remember, don't ever share email ID and password to others. This is normal common sense thing, right? Right. Oh, it's gone. Okay. So don't share your email and then password to others. Guys, and you can share the AWS root account by creating IAM users. By creating IAM users. Good. Okay. All right. Guys, and can you tell me, we have know the differences between the root user and then IAM user. Guys, we know the difference between root user and IAM. See, root users Our root account has full permissions, whereas IAM user has limited permissions. Limited permissions. Guys, permissions meaning what? In last class we have discussed. So what do we attach to the users? Policies. What is that? What do we attach to the users? Policies. So permissions meaning, permissions is nothing but policies. Permissions meaning policies. So guys, root user having full permissions, that meaning he is admin. He has all kind of stuff. But IAM user using limited permissions. Let me put some sample IAM users here. Guys, I'll create an IAM user called, who is latest here, Ravi. I'll create Ravi and I'll create Sweetie. I'll create Raghu and I'll create Sairam. Okay, guys, now tell me, what do you like to give Ravi the permissions? What kind of permissions do you give to Ravi? Bolo? Ah, Sweetie. Okay, Ravi is admin. Okay, Sweetie, what kind of permissions do you need? Which services do you need to access? Okay, someone says EC2. Okay, EC2, and then EFS. Someone is saying EC2, EFS. Okay, and RDS. Okay, so how about Raghu? What kind of permission should we give? CloudTrail. And then S3. And then EBS. And then that's all. Okay, how about Sairam? SQS. Okay. CloudFront. Direct Connect. Okay. ELB comes under EC2 only. Yeah. That's all you know, the services? Glacier. Guys, so why I have asked these things is like, now you are able to identify the services and you understand what are the services about. So that is the magic of the before 3-4 days classes. That's we have entirely covered the services. That's why you are able to tell. And that's the main reason why we discuss, because when we talk about anything, so you can correlate to the other services. Very good. So guys, remember in IAM we have we can give admin permissions. That means Ravi has full permissions. You can think the difference, guys. You can know the difference, sir. What is the difference between full permissions and then in IAM user I have given admin permissions? Both are same. Full permissions and admin permissions. So guys, in root user has full permissions. That meaning everything, there is no way that this cannot be accessed. But remember, if you give the admin permissions also to Ravi could not accept billing. Guys, accept billing. Everything he will be able to access. But remember, only billing he could not be able to access it, because billing information will be seen by the root account guy, not the admin. But still we can give the permissions also. But most of the time, right, billing we will not be able to see by the IAM user. Guys, this is certification question. What is the difference between root by default full permissions, that meaning root user, and IAM user which has the admin permissions? Yeah, is this clear? Right, fantastic. And guys, remember, as IAM is completely free, and guys, every okay, someone okay. So every service, guys, every service would be global or regional. Every service would be global or regional. Very important certification question. See, we have global and regional concept, right? So global meaning the service which will be global for entire AWS account. Regional meaning the service will be only for particular region. Let's say, for example, guys, we have EC2. Guys, where do I create EC2 instances? In which region? Okay, we'll be using in Mumbai region, right? We'll be using in Mumbai region. Okay, I can create in any region. Definitely, I can create in any region. I can create in Mumbai. I can create in Sydney. I can create in Ireland. I can create in any. Let's say I have created in Mumbai. So in Mumbai, I have created EC2. I have launched the EC2 instances, right? And guys, if you go to another region, guys, AWS has the console. You can just switch the regions. So you select the Mumbai region, you have the EC2 instance. But if you go to Ireland region, if you switch to Ireland region, in Ireland region, do you see Mumbai EC2 instance? No, no. Because EC2 is regional. EC2 is regional. Wherever you launch the EC2 instance, it will be there in that Mumbai region only. But guys, you can connect it from anywhere. But where it presents in that region only. So there are few services which are regional. There are few services which are global. IAM is not region specific. Just imagine if IAM is regional, if I create a user only in Mumbai. That meaning whenever you create IAM user, he can access only Mumbai region. Is that good? The user should be able to have permissions to go and create wherever he want in AWS. Right? So that's the reason. So IAM is global. What is that? IAM is global. Certification question. IAM is global. Guys, is this clear? Global and regional concept. For every service we have is this global. Sir, you should ask me, sir, is this global or is this regional? Okay. Okay, so guys, here we have IAM user, like root user, and IAM user. So for IAM user, for Sweetie, we have given EC2 permissions, EFS permissions, RDS permissions. So that meaning she would be able to access only EC2, EFS, and RDS. Rest everything will be denied. Everything would be denied. Rest everything would be denied. Guys, whatever permissions the IAM user need, you can go and attach that policy. Right? In IAM, we have policies. Guys, in IAM, we have policies. EC2, I'll talk about policies also in the tomorrow's class, but here just understand we have policies. We have something called policies. We have EC2 policies, AFS policy, RDS policy. If you attach this policy to this user, and sweetie, this user will be able to access only these things, not rest. Rest everything would be denied. Rest everything would be denied. Is that right, guys? Correct? Understood? So for IAM users, you can attach and detach the permissions. Permissions is nothing but policies. Guys, anytime now, let's say sweetie, she said, no, sir, no. I need permissions for S3 also. Can I give anytime later? Yes. Anytime I can detach, anytime I can attach the policies to the IAM user. Yeah? Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Let me ask you this question, guys. without knowing anything, you just tell me this. Is it recommended to use, guys, is it recommended to use root user for daily activities or IAM user? Why not root user? Why do you all, everyone here said IAM user? Why don't you use root user? Hmm? Yes, everyone says voted for IAM user, right? But the thing is, yes, it's not a good practice. First of all, of course, it's not a good practice that you should be using root user, right? And guys, yes, Sairam, that is good. The thing is here, guys, root user has the full permissions and IAM has the limited permissions. Now, what type of account do you have at the moment in your hands with you? What type of user? What type of account you have it? Root account. Did you created any IAM user? No, right? So you have only root account. So if I give you any lab or any practice or anything tasks, right? You will be logging in with the root account. You will be working with you will be doing these daily activities. Guys, tell me frankly, how many of you here have saved your email ID and password in the browser? Eh, mostly 60 to 70% people will be saving the username, I mean email ID and password in the browser. Definitely yes, including me. Those who have not done, very good. And there are intelligent also, they're putting everything in notepad. My username, password, my SBI username, password, my AWS username, password, my HDFC username and password. So hacker doesn't do anything, just he'll take that notepad file and he'll go. And then the notepad file name is also like, the file name would also be very clearly understood, my personal or username, password, credentials or something, right? So the thing is, yeah, we have these loopholes, right? We have all these type loopholes. So guys, it is, remember strongly, it is not at all recommended, is not at all recommended to use root account for daily activities. Instead, use IAM account. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this? Yeah. So, guys, here, why the main reason here is, guys, why the main reason is, I told you that not use the root account. Root account is not the best practice to use because, guys, we have a root account. Inside that, we'll be creating IAM user. Okay, now you have your account with you. So what you have to do, you have the root accounts already. So maybe after a couple of days, I will give you a lab. We'll do the lab where I will log into our root accounts. In our root accounts, you create your own IAM user and give proper permissions to your IAM user. Make sense? So just don't log into the root accounts anytime, just in case if you want to check anything with billing purpose and all, you log in with that root account. But whatever the lab, whatever the task, whatever the R&D which I'll be giving, everything, you will be every day logging with the IAM user, which is created by you with your username and password in your root account. Understood? So all the time, what the first thing would be as a best practice, as a as a good stuff, what we do is we will be logging with the root account, and then we will create our own username. We'll create our own username called Sweetie. We'll create our own username called Ravi in your own accounts, right? In your own accounts, and then you have your right Ansari, right? You have your own root account, right? And then you will be creating your own IAM user inside your account for best practice and for having the good security to you. So okay, you might have this question also. You might have this question also. Now let's say we have Ravi here. Ravi, you have your root account, right? So what we do is we have our root account and we'll create IAM user as Ravi inside that, and I'll give admin permissions. Sir, when I log in with the username and password, will that username password also you will be saving it somewhere, definitely in the browser. You are saving email and password, and username and password also you will save in the browser. So then in that case, if you are still using IAM user, I have admin permissions, that meaning it can be hacked. Yes, right? Let me give this funny example that, it happened to me. I always say this to every batch. So when I architect my this entire AWS for my present company few years back, guys, on those days there were, let's say, 8 years ago, maybe, I don't know, there were no such good YouTube channels and articles where you can go and do all kind of everything. Now you type something, everything you will get it in step by step. On those days, I don't think so. That too, on AWS there were no nice documentations, and there was only one documentation where AWS documentation only. If you go to the AWS documentation, you will go mad, you'll go crazy, you don't understand. So what I did was, okay, my manager gave us, I was the only one person in my company who handles the cloud, who want to set it up. Right, I went and then I started. They gave me the email ID and password. I used that email ID and password, and I started architecting everything. Of course, it took time, and everything is good. Yeah, all the customers are migrated. Everything is good. I'm still using the root account. No one was there for me to tell me that, hey guy, hey Riaz, don't use a root account. I was the only one man show there in my company. Whatever I say, right? If I say, hey, there is a monkey, you say, "No, yes, there is a monkey, that's all." If it is some other dog also there, it's a monkey only, right? So that's a good things you have if you're alone. So the thing is here, I architected completely, I migrated, I got nice award for that, everything good, everything fantastic done. On a very fine day, on Sunday, right on the weekend, my manager called me saying that, he called me and I was very happy that guy. Okay, the manager called me on the weekend because I was on that week, and the entire week I was in full appreciated by everyone, because we have moved all everything to the cloud. So I thought, like, my manager is calling me to appreciate again on the weekend. So he called me, and then I said, "How are you?" And I always remember this. He always says this, right? I asked, "Hey, how are you?" And he said, like, depends on you. He replied as, depends on you. What? Yeah, is there, do you got any new business? You call me on the weekends. Do I need to do something? And he said that he's worried about the existing business. Right? So I was little bit, what was happening? So when he asked me to log into the AWS environment and go to that region, let's imagine I am running, or let's say 60 servers, 60 EC2 instances. And on that day, I logged in, and then I saw many, 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 many servers running over there. And I asked my manager that, hey, why did you created all these servers without my permission? And he said that I haven't created, I haven't launched all those things, and no one has access. And I banged my head, and then I realized that our account is hacked. Why? Because I am using my root account email ID and password, that too bloody stored in my browser. Someone hacked our company email ID and password, and then thank God they have not deleted or terminated any EC2 instance. If it have done that, all our customer data have been gone. So what they did is, they increased the billing like anything, right? So they have launched the EC2 instance in all different regions. We never know what all they have launched and where. So it took few days for me to clean up everything, and then of course, I have asked, we have requested AWS that our account got hacked. I sent a strong mail to AWS first of all, that hey AWS, you said you are secure, you said you are top turum, right? And you said everything, and see, our account is hacked. And AWS replied me saying that, hello, you useless stupid, right? Are you using root? Why are you using root account for your daily activities, for your end, for stuff? And I said, yes, I'm the only one person who is in the company, and I want to access it. It is then he said this line, guys, whatever I teach is based on my experience, right? So he said, like, it is not at all recommended to use the root account for daily activities. Instead, I need to create my own IAM user. So I went and created my own IAM user called Riaz, right? And I have given admin permissions. Then I replied him saying that, hey AWS, I am admin now, right? Can the hacker hack my username and password, and I'm the admin, he can do a lot again. And he again replied, I don't abuse by myself, okay? Hey, you good boy, right? Hey, you naughty, handsome boy, right? So he said, for these kind of things, AWS has a feature to use something called MFA, right? MFA is called multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication is a concept, so to save or to secure your accounts. Guys, multi-factor authentication. You are authenticating to your AWS account, but you have multiple levels, multi-factors. The first factor is logging in with your email ID and password or username and password. And it doesn't log in directly now if you set up MFA. MFA is a feature where you need to install on your phone, right? So if you have to install on your phone. If you have phone with you, open your Google Play Store and install this one. I'm using Google Authenticator. Hey, just don't concentrate on my spellings. So I write correctly, but just in case, right? So you have, if you're in your phone, yeah, there are many. Vinay, there are many. You have Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator. There are many authenticators, right? So many people, I recommend them to go with this Google Authenticator, which is safe. So install this Google Authenticator software. I mean, what do you call, in your phone, right? Right, app, yeah. So I don't use phone much. So, right, Google Authenticator app. So use that app, install this Google Authenticator, Google on your phone, right? So do that today, right? That would be the task. So just install it, and then just install this. And what we do, we will be configuring MFA for your root account as well as for the IAM user. You know what will happen if we configure this? Whenever you log in with the email ID and password, the next page would be it will ask for a code which will be generated on your phone, which will be generated in your phone, right? Like OTP. Yes, like OTP. How do you get it? It doesn't get any message. So you have to open Google Authenticator. Whenever you open, you will have a OTP over there. And if you provide that OTP over there, then only AWS will allow you to log in. Otherwise, no. And this OTP is only valid for 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds, you have to provide that OTP over there. And every 10 seconds, the OTP will change automatically in your Google Authenticator. So whatever you are seeing there, that OTP only you have to provide. If it is missed, it doesn't allow you to enter. Guys, any hacker can hack your email ID and password, but can he hack your phone and then your OTP? That is also in 10 seconds? No way. Right? So that's how we will secure our AWS account. Can you tell me MFA is important or not now? Everyone, MFA is important for our account? Is must. Now guys, do you have MFA with your account now? No. So that meaning you are in danger. Right? So let's keep this danger for a couple of days, because I have never told you that you are in danger. But now as the topic came, now you understood you are in danger zone. Yeah. So when we go to the lab after maybe tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, right? The first thing, sir, you will tell, sir, leave everything. Just tell me how to set up MFA for my root account. Is that thing you will be asking me, right? So, yeah. So the thing is here, yes, definitely we'll be doing this MFA. Now the question here is, can you tell me this MFA is only for the root account or for the IAM user or for both? Bolo, everyone. It's for both. Yes. Tapas, if you say IAM, don't you need the MFA for a root account? Yes, definitely. Right. So we need to have must and should, definitely compulsorily MFA for your root account and IAM as well. So MFA is I cannot say is highly recommended. I cannot say mandatory, because it is your wish, but I'll say highly recommended. MFA is highly recommended for root account and IAM account or IAM user as well. Okay, so guys, here I have my root account called Riyaz Sheikh at the rate ymail.com. That is my email. Okay, so okay, right to put it right. So I have my root account. Inside that I have Ravi, Sweetie, Raghu, Sairam. All these are all IAM users. Guys, for my root account, I need to set up MFA there, and I need to set up MFA for Ravi, Sweetie, Raghu, Sairam. So guys, that meaning MFA is for individual or for the account level? MFA is individual or account level? Are you with me? Okay. So that is individual. Guys, account level, yes, for my main account, I have my MFA. But for, so if you think like, if you think Okay, my root account have MFA, so I don't create MFA for all these IAM users. That is again danger, because Ravi is admin. That anyone hack Ravi's username and password, IAM username and password, then it's gone again. That will be affected to you only, because who will pay the bill? Who will pay the bill? The root account. So it is the main person responsibility to set up MFA for everyone to make secure, right? So IAM, so MFA is set up for individual accounts, individual IAM users. Is this clear? Any questions still here, or is this CC? Very good. Very good. Email ID for AWS account and email ID for AWS account and email ID for Google Authenticator app should be same. Google Authenticator doesn't ask your email ID. Oh, to install to app? No. For that is Google account. You can be anything. No, it can be anything. Right. So first, maybe he's asking, for downloading any app, first you need to be authenticated, right? So your Google anything is fine, but whenever you scan, whenever I'll tell you that maybe in the lab, whenever you scan it, it automatically will get it. Can I use anyone? Can I use anyone Google Authenticator? Why? You have your own Google Authenticator. Why do you use others? That is what is the security there? Right? Can we yes, definitely, Mustaq. Definitely. That is in the we can do that. That is called SSO. Okay, so in authenticator name should be same as see, whenever you scan authenticator, you don't have any option. Whenever you scan, automatically you will get it. There will not be a name and all. It will automatically take it. Yeah, you don't need to worry about much on it. Okay, so it will be like this. So whenever you open your AWS page, whenever you go to AWS page, so it will ask to log in. Yes, gone. Vinay, I'll come to that. So log in with email and password, right? After that, you will give MFA. You have to give MFA code. Then only you will be able to log in. Okay. Now see. Let's say you have your phone MFA set up for your account, and all of a sudden you lost your phone, or your kid or your friend or your someone has deleted this Google Authenticator app, and you have MFA for the root account and for the IAM account both, and it's gone. It is gone. It's gone, right? Because whenever, see, for IAM user, if you lose IAM user, no problem. You can log in with the root account and you can create again. Or this Ravi is an admin, he can also create IAM user, another IAM user. And those who have permissions, IAM full permissions, he can also create IAM user. But if you lose, if you lose this root account, right? And if you have lose at least the root account MFA, you should be having it, right? If you lose this, how do you log in with the root account? And see, guys, now you have your root account, you have set up MFA, and you have your IAM user created by you. You have set up MFA. Then, sir, you say, sir, my phone is gone. I have changed my phone and blah, 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 blah. Definitely, this is gone and this is also gone. Whenever you log into the AWS, how do you log into the AWS here now? Yeah. Right, Tapas. Main door is locked. And then how do you go to your personal room then? Yeah. right? So in this case, what you have to do, for root MFA, you need to ask AWS again. Babu guy, AWS. So my root MFA is gone. So what he'll do is he'll take off this root MFA for it, and you will be able to log in it again, guys. So if you lose IAM user MFA, no problem, because you still have the root account. But if your root account MFA is also gone, then you have to contact AWS. So at least the root MFA should be there. If something goes wrong with the IAM user MFA also, no problem, because you have the root. And if you don't have root also and it's gone, then you need to contact AWS support. Is this clear? Yeah, good. So guys, please don't play. Once you have configured this MFA, don't play with it. Don't uninstall, install. Many people have this kind of things, like they delete, they do blah, 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 they do all kind of nasty on their phones. So don't play with this Google Authenticator at least, because what you do, it will take time. You need to contact AWS support, you need to mail them, they will contact you, they will ask you the reason, and it will take a couple of days. Never know when it will happen, right? So, and if you don't set up MFA, there is a high chance that you will be hacked. Your email and password will be hacked. Good. Fantastic. Okay. Now, so guys, everyone knows that we are logging into the AWS, right? From your internet, from your browser, you are logging into the AWS. Guys, there are two types. How do you log into the AWS? There are two types of access to the AWS. How many types of access are there? Two types of access. Yeah. Saurabh, I said not users. I'm saying new concept now. Access types. Two types of access. Okay. One is console access, and another one is programmatical access. Console access and programmatical access. Console access and programmatical. Guys, console access meaning, only now. Yeah, Tapas, whatever you said is right. Guys, you are now logging with the email ID and password, na? That is nothing but console. You are able to see the console, the web page, AWS, everyone. So you are logging with the root account, right? You are logging to the root account and you can see the console of AWS. That is called AWS Management Console. So that is one type of access. How do you access AWS? Using console access. We'll say console access. In this console access, what did you AWS? That meaning you have AWS console website. It's nothing but GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. That meaning easily you can see it. And how do you log in, guys? How do you log into your console? Can you tell me how do you log into your console? With what? With email ID and password, or username and then password. So email ID and password meaning root, and username and password is I. Yes or no? There is another way of accessing AWS, guys. Whatever you are able to do from the console, you can also do it programmatically. Whatever you do it from the console, you can also do it programmatically. Programmatically meaning, guys, There are different ways, like, using program, using code. Using code also you can do it. Developers, you have SDKs, right? Developers can reply now. You have SDKs. You have APIs, right? So you have CLI, command line interface, like Linux. Guys, Linux is Blackboard, na? Linux is Blackboard. Everything we use command based. Using command based also you can access AWS. That meaning from console, guys, from console, let's say if you want to launch the EC2 instance, you need to do 7 steps. You need to click that, select that, click that, select this, click that, select this. You have to do so many things to launch an EC2 instance. Whereas on CLI, on AWS CLI, only once. Only one command, one single line command, and your EC2 is launched. This is smart worker, remember? And this is hard worker. CLI meaning command line interface. CLI, yeah, your Linux CLI. So CLI, APIs, and SDKs. SDKs. You have Python, Boto. You have those who are learning Python. You have Boto packages, right? And then you have Java SDKs. You have .NET SDKs, right? From the code also you can. From Java you can write a function to launch EC2 instance using this by downloading SDKs, right? So, and you have many other developer tools. But here, so guys, we will be concentrating on this CLI. I'll take one of these here, CLI, which is commonly used, right? So because if I take SDKs and developer tools, I need to speak about Java, array, and all, but I don't do that. So let's go with CLI, where most of the people will do you based on CLI. CLI meaning this one, yeah, this Blackboard. This is CLI commands. LS, okay, here, dir. These are all dir, clear, right? CLS, these are all command. So all these are all, this is called command line interface, because yeah, whatever. So if you go to the Linux, so this is my Linux environment. If I do ls, so I have all these things. So these are all command line. So whereas if you go to from the folder structure, if you go it, that is your GUI. So in AWS also, guys, in AWS also, you have two types of access. What are those? Console access and programmatical access. There is no difference except the blackboard and then whiteboard. That's all. From console access meaning anyone can do it. And everything you have neatly, visibly click here, submit, click here, click next, click this and all. But whereas in programmatically, that meaning in CLI, it is blackboard. You need to learn or you need to know the commands to do that. Is this clear? Right? Okay, so guys, very important. How do you log into the console access? Using email ID and password. But here, how do you log into the programmatical access? You cannot log in with email ID and password, username and password, guys, because this is CLI. For CLI, you will be login with keys. What is that? You will be logging with keys. Keys meaning here access key and secret. Secret key? Okay. Secret key. Access key and secret key. Access key and secret key. Guys, so from the CLI, how do you log into the CLI? First of all, from the CLI also you need to log into AWS now. And how do you without logging into the AWS, how do you launch EC2 instance? Make sense? So login is compulsory. Authentication is compulsory. How do you authenticate from the console? From the console, you authenticate using email ID and password. Right? From programmatically, how do you authenticate? How do you authenticate programmatically? Using keys. What are the keys? Keys meaning the combination of access key and secret key. What is that? Access key and secret key. access key and secret key. Guys, let us stop here. I'll be talking more about these access keys and secret keys tomorrow. I don't want to overhead. Slowly. I know you are curious to know, right? Or should I continue? Okay, no problem. Okay, guys. So what you have to do today is, guys, to go through these concepts, whatever we have discussed, right? So, and then tomorrow, guys, and then tomorrow I'll talk more about this. What are these access keys, secret keys, and then how do we access? What is the differences and all? We will see that in tomorrow's class. Do you have any questions or CC? Everyone. Excellent. So guys, take a photo. Photo. Take one photo, one person, and put it in your group. No need to take everyone. Done? Done. Java developer needs to use CLA or Java tools. Yes. Guys, those who are developers, they will show interest on the right side. Those who are not coders, no programmers, then they'll go with the left side, console access. Simple as that. And if you want to, tomorrow I'll talk more about it. So if you want to do automation, guys, then you have to go choose programmatical access. Simple as that. Here on the left side, we need to do 7 clicks, but here only one single command. That's a difference. Okay, we'll talk more tomorrow about on this. No, only one. So this was on yesterday's only. Guys, that is all for today, and then I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic on the keys. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day.